Having someone who can give you feedback and being able to receive it is like the most transformative thing you can do for yourself, in your business, in your life. We get so caught up in what we think we know. Like, you think you're afraid of the unknown. It's so easy when something comes up that you haven't ever done before in business, or a thing you perceive as a problem that you've never dealt with before comes up, and you're forced to like be pushed into the unknown. It's so easy to be like, I know what's going to happen. Like, this could possibly happen and this is going to fuck me up, or this is going to happen and this could be good, and like creating all these stories around it, when in reality all that's happening is an unknown experience and you don't actually know what's going to happen. You're only basing what you think could go wrong or go right off of what you've seen in other people, ever, not your own experience. When you're facing something that's unknown to you, you don't have your own experience and your own stories to go off of. So you pull from what you've seen in others. But when you can let it down and go, okay, let me lovingly put my ego aside and actually receive some feedback, it's like downloading and upgrading your system. So it's a totally different way of going about your business and your life when you can actually slow down and allow yourself to receive feedback. Now, this can be like make it or break it when you're working with a coach or a mentor in any form of capacity, any capacity or form. Because if you're sitting there and you're getting help from someone, and I've been there, okay, and they tell you something that you don't want to hear, something that challenges the way that you've been going about your experience, something that challenges you and the things that you think are actually helping you, it can be like so easy to just turn off and dismiss the information. And you might not even realize you're doing it, because what we do is we try to make sense of it. We try to understand based on the stories and the programs we're already telling ourselves. So your mentor could be giving you some really valuable feedback, and instead of letting it actually hit you and letting it hit you in your body, in your feelings, you try to figure it out in your head and try to make it match with the stories that you already have. This never actually works, because the whole point is you're receiving feedback that contradicts what you've been telling yourself, that challenges you to grow and expand and see things differently. When you can let that feedback hit you, game changer. And this, like anything, it's like a muscle. It's about working it, letting those things hit you and becoming aware of the moments when you don't want to receive feedback. So when something isn't going your way, or you're asking for help with something, or someone goes out of their way to give you some feedback, even if it's maybe not something you asked for, rather than going into this fix it mode, I got to figure it out, I got to make this make sense inside my head. When you can notice yourself getting defensive and go, okay, wait, and just like put the shield down, because you'll feel it and you'll notice it. And the more you pay attention, even you just watching this video right now, you may be having some moments where you're like, oh, and putting the shield up. When you notice that, what are you protecting yourself from? You don't need to figure that out either. You don't need to answer the question of what am I trying to protect myself from? Just noticing and having the awareness that you're trying to protect yourself in the first place. Like, I just put my shield up. Your ego is trying to protect the ideas that you've been operating within, all the stories. So when you can put the shield down and go, okay, let me let this new perspective in. Let me let this feedback in and let it actually hit me. Yeah, you might be a little butthurt and your ego is bruised because you didn't know something. But great, because the more comfortable you can get with not knowing, with being in the unknown, with expanding through experiences that you've never had before and relying on that permanent strength and those feelings, it's like it becomes this muscle. And then you become more and more and more unfuckwithable, to the point where things that would send you into a spiral and cause a complete halt in your business months ago could be something that comes up and you're like, okay, I don't know how to handle this, but let me just chill out, relax, accept the fact that I don't know, ask for help, and actually be able to receive the feedback. Oh my God, that cycle is what will make you successful, will make you so happy, so rich, so be able to serve so many people, because you'll be in this place of just grounded, embodied expression. And when you can serve from that place of like, I don't know everything. What I know is what I feel in my body, and that permanent strength that I have from my experiences, not based off of stories I've accepted from other people. This will expand your relationships, it'll expand your money, it'll expand your business, it'll expand your capacity to be a leader. And all it takes is being able to become aware of that. Oh, I'm getting defensive. Oh, I'm putting my shield up. And just let yourself receive the feedback. I'll leave you with one more thing on this topic. When you notice yourself starting to get defensive because the feedback about you or the way you're doing something is hitting you and you're like making it mean something about you. Oh, I failed. I messed up. I'm not a good leader. I suck at running a business, whatever it is that you tell yourself. When you can just notice those stories come up and go, okay, just chill out. Let me receive this feedback. It doesn't have to mean anything about you. This is key. To be able to receive feedback and actually let it hit you and make you stronger and more capable and move forward and not go into this spiral. It doesn't mean anything about you. Your behavior is just being reflected back to you. Something that is happening in your experience that you created is being reflected back to you so you can see what you're doing. See, we can't expand. We can't get more of an impact and create bigger experiences and more richer, deeper life experiences without being aware of what we're doing. If you learned something, felt something from this video, comment below, let us know what you got out of this. If you have any questions, topics that you would like to hear phase 2, expanded perspective of involving life and business, post those below. We love to check the comments and hear your feedback. Always like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when new videos are coming, and we'll see you in the next one.